Ooh, she got it recorded.
Okay, it's recording. Okay, want to start?
Oh, me?
I can start it.
Oh, bitch, you're in the class, not me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very first podcast called This is for a Class, because at the end of the day, it really is for a class. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Kira.
And we have our special guest for the day.
I'm Janaya Holley. Cut that.
Okay. Oh, fuck. 2 seconds in.
There we go.
I'm Janaya.
And today we're going to be talking about college roommates. This is for a class, so we have to kind of keep it cute. However, I know people out there listening are probably going to want a little bit of advice. And we've made some mistakes, so we're going to tell our mistakes. We're going to laugh at our mistakes, so you don't have to go through the same mistakes. Anyone out there listening?
Yeah, and hopefully you can take those into account and not do what we did.
However, if anyone involved, any stories out there listening, we mean no harm.
No harm.
There
Just
will be
harm
names.
at all.
There will be code names.
We'll give code names. Yeah.
We'll give code
We
names.
we don't mean any harm. We're only using this for educational purposes. Wink.
And not
So
our
no harm at all. Please don't set it in your group chats or do. Just no harm at all. No, we're not trying to start anything
no beef
at all.
unless you hold on your side still.
Okay, well, whatever. All right. So basically, what we're going to talk about today, the podcast episode title for today is "And They Were Roommates."
And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Oh, she's digging for gold in her ear.
It itches.
It made my ear itchy.
So, how was your guys' freshman year experiences involving roommates? Whether it was a direct roommate, whether it was suite mates in general, what was your experience like?
Well, to let the crowd know who's listening, we do go to Quinnipiac University. So there may be some building names and rooms that other people that don't go to Quinnipiac may know, but we'll try to put a general consensus.
No, you got it. You could try it one more time.
Yeah, a general consensus. There we go. Of it. But yeah, so I guess I'll start. So freshman year was a roller coaster for me. I found my freshman roommate, the typical way, on the Facebook group chats, trying to make friends.
That's how I
Actually,
meant.
me and Chloe were supposed to room.
You.
We didn't end up doing it, but it's okay.
Well, look at us now.
We're besties for the resties now.
Gross.
But we'll get into how me and Chloe are.
Oh boy. Because we were roommates at one time, technically.
We were.
It's not
So,
direct roommates.
yeah, but we still live together. But yeah, I found my roommate, and then all dandy, rainbows, sunshine, butterflies. We lived in Troop, and that was an 8-person suite. That's basically should sum it up how that went. Living with 7 of the girls, not fun,
Mhm.
not it. Personalities, all different.
Clashing,
Yeah,
freshman year.
yeah, no, a lot
Yeah.
of
And Troop was also a pretty scary place to be.
yeah. That's where everyone lived in because there's so many people. So
Like if I thought that someone was bad, I assumed it was Troop or Irma. Trigger warning.
Yeah, let's not.
Sorry. I just assumed.
I know. Ended up though having to move out of the suite after the first 2 weeks I think, of spring semester. Yeah, and didn't tell any of my roommates, suite mates, if you will. Didn't tell my direct roommate. Turned a little toxic in that household. And one day I just decided to pack my shit up and didn't tell anyone. Chloe actually helped me move out.
Did. And it was the end of fall semester, wasn't it? Or
No, it was
beginning?
beginning. It was in February.
Oh, I was just gonna say, because I remember it being so fucking cold outside. It was so cold, and your other suite mate, am I allowed to say this? at the
Sure.
time.
Good.
Like your other suite mate was also trying to help, and she was like, "I don't know how to open the door. I hate doing this. I hate it." And I was like, "Okay, this is how you open the door, girl boss. Like it's not that big of a deal." And then when we moved you in successfully, we just awkwardly walked back to our like separate dorms. She's like, "Yeah, I can't wait to visit them all the time," and then she just never did.
Funny thing though, I still talk to her. I do like her a lot.
I talked to her the other day.
Yeah, I still love her though. She's a very funny, cool person.
Yeah, nothing against her. I
She's
just
like,
that was just a really funny memory of that day.
yeah, I remember just like lugging all of my shit up a huge hill because I moved in with Denise, which is also my hometown friend, which is
And
she's
she's gonna be a guest for the sorority episode.
oh yeah, she is. I
That's
mean,
gonna be a scary one.
yeah. And then we moved into Commons. And then the way that the campus works for the non-Quinnipiackers is where Troop was on literally the end of the campus, and Commons was on the other side up a giant ass hill. And lugging a girl's stuff was not it. Yes,
Mountain
Chloe.
View is technically the end of the campus.
Okay, well, it was right fucking there. Like zigzag across the
But I had still had a farther walk, technically.
Okay, well, moving purpose wise
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
it was pretty bad. And then me and Denise had a great old time. And then we ended up getting rats.
Okay.
Rats. And
Mice.
thankfully I don't
So
sleep.
that's a reminder to keep your food concealed.
That too.
in your
Yeah.
dorms.
That's a big advice for my college goers right now. Keep food out of the way, or else you'll have rats in your dorm at 3 in the morning. On your freshly washed clothes.
Yes.
Dad?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Technically, it wasn't our fault. It was the girls next to us that actually had the mice first because they like didn't never open their windows. So it was just very like stuffy in there and
Mhm.
not that pleasant of a smell either when we walked in to investigate. And they had shit everywhere. So then I guess the little mice decided to hop on over next door. Oh, some reminder, check your radiators or radiators.
Radiators?
Okay, I say radiator.
Radiators?
Radiators, girl boss? Radiator Springs?
Whatever. Oh, that's
That's
fucked up.
crazy.
But yeah, but that's how they got in. They were a fucking little hole. Like the little bodies climbed up. And we were on the third floor. Third floor. And those little fuckers decided to go up there. Climb up there. Oh, that night was horrible. Like
No,
actually,
because I was gonna say, because when was this? Like March of freshman year?
yeah, it was had to be like March.
Um, and I was home, but I was with you, Janaya, that night. I was with you, Jill, Emily. And I remember because I went home very late, and that's why I was still up when they texted me. And I remember going over to Kira's dorm all the way from Mountain View all the way to there. And because I had to go check your room for something. I had to go help Kira and Denise. And by the time I was leaving, it was maybe 7 in the morning, and the sun was rising, and it was so cold outside. It was absolutely insane.
That night, I actually threw up because the thought of like the mouse, because I just did my laundry too, but I didn't put it away yet, so it was on my floor in the laundry basket. And I was about to go back to sleep. And then Denise screams, Kira, there's a mouse. Didn't believe her. Then she said she saw it run across my laundry. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even see the mouse, but the thought of like a little like furry mouse running across my
Ew,
step,
ew.
I ended up throwing up. I actually ate like a bag, of those like bell peppers. Like I ate so many of those. And then I get so anxious. I fucking threw up
Oh my God.
so bad. And then that's when we called Chloe to come like help us remove our
Close.
clothes. And then we called pub safety and they were like, we can't do anything because facilities isn't here because it was 3 in the morning. So me and Denise slept in like the lobby area of Commons. But mind you, like we were in bed, so like, shorts, t-shirts, but it's also freezing. So Denise ended up taking clothes from the laundry machines and
Someone else's clothes?
someone else's clothes, and we wore them.
And like, because I don't think pub safety came until maybe.
Like another hour or two after. Like,
Well, because like you said that people were going to like their 8 a.m.s and being like, what the fuck are they doing?
yeah, because they like literally they're probably thought we were like homeless people. Like I was like, what is happening? Because why would like two girls just be sitting in the lobby? Like we were freezing. And then we ended up like stealing someone's like sweatshirt and like sweatpants because we were freezing. And then they finally came, and then they like thought they fixed it, but they didn't. Luckily though, Alex, Liz's old roommate, she killed the mice for us because she lives on a farm. So she had these
You
boots.
killed it?
Oh yeah, she did. Oh yeah, she did. Thank God. We had like those mouse traps, and then we saw that they were caught in them, but it was still like alive. So we called Alex. She goes, "Let me put on my boots," and then she stomped on it. Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah,
graphic.
That's crazy.
Sorry.
So the point of that story was put your food away, kids. Please.
I can't. Like, I really can't.
So, this is kind of a funny story because I did not go random. I met her on TikTok.
TikTok.
Yes.
Never knew that.
And she like posted something and she was like, "Hey, I'm going to Quinnipiac if you're looking for a roommate, blah blah blah." And as a joke, I like said me, and then we started DMing and then decided to be roommates once we both committed because we weren't committed yet. Neither of us were.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, it was fine. And for the first year, no, first semester, she had a boyfriend, so she barely lived with me, so I didn't really have anything to say. I don't know. Nothing really happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then she came back and she was nice. I thought it was fine. But since I didn't really get close with her, I got close with Jill and Emily, who were my roommates after. And they are how I met Chloe and Kira.
Oh yeah, that's how we met.
Yes.
Yeah, because I met Jill and Emily my very first night of college because my suite mate and Jill went to high school together. That's when I initially met Jill and Emily, and through that, because you lived across this, like across the dorm.
Diagonally across the hall from them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of how we all initially met. So, well, because I've known Kira since orientation. So we even like went back very, very far. And I remember the day before I was like going, I was like so nervous because I felt like I was bringing absolutely nothing. And then you were the one,
And
and you were the one that told me like, yeah, I guess like the football team, or not the football team, like the hockey team is like bringing it in. Like people are bringing in my stuff. Like I couldn't
oh,
like to my freshman room dorm.
oh,
The team, the QU team.
it's Greek life that does that.
Well, I didn't know that, and you were the one that
I
told me
didn't know
that.
that.
And then I was freaking out because it was like in trash bags. So I thought that I was gonna get like judged.
Trash bags goes crazy. What the
Trash
hell?
bags are crazy. Why
And I
would you?
remember the next morning I was like, I need bins, and we like found bins, so I put my bins in there. But me and Kira mostly have the same experience, at least like half
Oh,
the
also,
situation, because
we were. I'm sorry.
no, you can go.
We were all in FYS together.
Oh shit, yeah, we
We just
were.
never knew
Yeah, we weren't like friends
because
at
it
that.
was first semester.
Oh yeah. We weren't friends then at all. We didn't like know I didn't know Janaya
No.
at that point. Yeah, I didn't know you at that point.
I knew you like kind of.
We kind of knew each other like at the
Well,
end.
because I drove you home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So November we were friendly. But what I was gonna say is me and Kira kind of have a similar experience because we were both in suites. You lived full time just with your roommate, like in the
Yeah, on a double.
classic communal showers, classic double.
No. Wear your shoes, please.
Oh yeah.
I
People have
never had to do the
diseases.
communal
They
showers.
do have those diseases that they tell you about. It's not fake.
Wait, did someone get them that you know?
Dude, someone was literally screaming freshman year in Irma, like, ew, like, why do I have this on me?
No way. I always wore those shower
Because
shoes
you
though.
don't have shoes on in the shower.
Ew.
Ugh.
I never had to do communal showers because I was in suites both years.
Oh, lucky girl. Just imagine like
But
some
my shower was pretty scary freshman year.
My actually I
Anytime you guys would come to Mountain View, it would be very scary.
mine was disgusting. Even though I was in a suite, I still wore shower shoes.
Oh yeah.
Well, when I lived in Troop, like first semester, even though like we had our own shower or whatever, I still wore it because it was nasty. Girls are nasty. The amount of hair, and listen, you guys know I don't like hair. I don't mess with hair. It makes me want to throw up and gag. But the amount of like, because I'm blonde, so it wasn't my hair. The amount of like brunette hair all over the shower walls, in the drain. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on the toilets. Like at least once a week,
Toilet?
someone clogged that bitch up once a week.
In your suite?
Yes. And it's oh my God, it was so gross. No one, and then also like it got to the point, that's also why I moved out, because like it just got to a point where like I didn't talk to like any, especially these like two girls that I did not like at all. But like they always took over the living room. So like I just always was in my room, and that's also, and like I wasn't talking to anyone. So that's why I was like, I need to move out. Like it's not a fun household. But like everyone would just leave their trash everywhere and wouldn't want to take it out.
Yeah. I remember my mom was so excited when she found out that I had like a what's it called?
A suite?
No, like not the living room, but like the
Common room?
common room. Yeah, that's what I meant. Because she loves like getting throw pillows, she loves getting blankets, she loves getting all the furniture and stuff. And I've had the same chair in all four of my um ones, but I remember when she got like four houses that I've stayed in or dorms of my college experience. And I remember I like never used the furniture freshman year because I either wasn't there because I essentially moved out to Kira's dorm.
Oh
So
yeah, you lived with me for like 2 months.
essentially. But I just remember I never really, well, I would say that I was friendly with my other suite mates and I mean my direct roommate I was friends with also until we just weren't. But I do regret like not spending enough time in the common room because I would, it wasn't that I would have to fight in order to get the common room because it wasn't, there was no like malintent by any party. I just didn't really know, like it was very clear cut in the beginning where there was like two sides. As long as in my common room, it felt like that.
Oh,
Because I also met Jill and Emily my very first night of college, and we were like, okay, yeah, this is the friend group.
yeah, no. If I wanted to stay in the common room, it had to be empty and then plop my ass on the couch and claim it basically. But
But
I never stayed with,
Mountain View is pretty big, a little bit bigger than Troop.
yeah, but whatever. But that's when I started getting close with Chloe. That's when I started getting close with you.
Hmm.
And I just wasn't home anyway. So I just ended up hanging out with you guys all the time.
Yeah, because I also think we're all three of us benefited a lot from freshman year because we really are still friends with the same people
Yeah.
as freshman year. We're more or less the same friend group, minus we're out a couple people. I think because of that, we're very lucky in that sense that we've had a pretty stable friend group. Yeah, there's always going to be ups and downs, especially as we continue to grow. We were 18 when we all first met each other, or 17, Kira.
Yeah.
Um, I can't believe I met you for the first time when you were 17
I know.
That's insane.
Well, I turned 18 like
in
after
August, but
it.
we had orientation in
But
June.
we met
Yeah,
when I
but
was
I didn't really meet you until I met Denise, and Denise didn't come till second semester, so you were already 18.
yeah, because well, I didn't really start like consistently really hanging out with you guys till when I was with Denise. Because
Well,
I
because
always have
I would always tell you, yeah, I was at Irma last night, and you're like, what do you do there? And then I
yeah,
tell the stories, and you're like, we need
Okay.
to.
I wanted to push myself. I was like, let me go meet people And I'm glad I did. I like me and Denise, I think like one time Chloe told me like, oh, come to Irma, like Jill and Emily want you over. And I'm like, Denise, let's just go. Like, let's go meet these people. Like, let's just try to make friends. Because I was just
We could
like,
play the game of like what was our first impression of each other, like freshman year.
Oh goodness, I don't know if I remember. Oh, I do remember. I remember meeting Chloe.
I already know what Kira's gonna say.
Chloe,
My fuck ass headband. I've
that's
heard
like
it
it. Chloe.
nonstop over the
I
years.
think my question was, what's that around her neck?
Me?
No,
Oh,
that one.
Chloe. Yeah, because oh yeah, Chloe likes
Because
to
you were in your bed when I met you, because
Yes, I was debating on whether or not I would go out or not, and
and you didn't.
I was having a little crisis that night. I'm glad you saw me at my low because I still get like that sometimes. That was me on Friday.
yeah, I'd try to force you out, but you wouldn't want to go.
I do remember that.
Yeah, Chloe and her funk ass baby blanket that's literally like string.
Stop it,
Jeez, it's gross. She needs to throw it out.
Kira,
I don't
stop.
think she needs to throw it out. I just think she needs to wash it more than she
Yeah, she
does.
needs to wash it
Okay,
more.
this is not a podcast entitled "Let's Bully Chloe About Her Blankie." She's been with me since May 7th, 2003, and she's not going
Okay.
anywhere. This is the longest relationship I've ever had. This is the only relationship I've ever had.
Like,
We'll get that to the relationship episode.
oh no.
That's gonna be a humbling one for me.
Remember meeting me, Janaya?
I don't remember. It was definitely in Emily and Jill's room
You don't remember your first impression though of me?
that you were funny. And I liked your laugh.
Aww.
Because when Kira cackles, it makes me laugh too. It's really funny.
Giggled.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle.
Yeah, I thought you were just so quiet when I first met you.
Really? Now look
Yeah.
at me.
Well, look at you now. Well, you
Giggle, giggle.
were like sitting in the corner, like on your phone.
Yeah, I was going through it as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. And
All
then
of us were going through it that one
Chloe
time.
just seems like a little like innocent girl with her headband.
Yeah.
But she threw
To
that
be
head.
fair, I still pretty am innocent.
I mean, yeah, but like you're way
You
different
were
now,
you looked a lot different. Like I was looking at pictures of us freshman year and I was like, wow, we all look so much like older.
Julie. I don't know
Even
why.
just like a little bit. Like
Yeah.
Chloe just looked so baby with her brown hair.
You know, the blonde really does make me gain a little more traction than I have.
Yeah, and I came in with dark ass hair.
Oh my
I know we
gosh.
kind
It
of
was
look like
black, right?
It was like a really dark, it was basically almost black. And I don't know why I did that because I've been blonde my whole life. And then freshman year, I was like, let me just go through an identity crisis. Let me like pop off with like
I had
brown.
my identity crisis beginning of fall semester, yes, last year. That was bad. Because that's when I dyed my hair for the first time.
Oh, true.
Is there anything that you would go back to freshman year, whether it's with roommates, whether it's with something like under that umbrella? Would you change anything or would you just leave it as it is?
Honestly, I feel like it made me who I am today. So like with the experiences of people, I wouldn't change. But school-wise, probably should have focused more on that.
That's your advice is like focus
Yes.
more.
Focus more on school. You're gonna find your friends eventually. You'll find your group.
Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't change anything either. Even though there was a lot of lows freshman year. And there's also a lot of highs. There's a lot of highs. Like, but I do believe everything does happen for a reason. And I feel like if I never like moved out of troop or like if I never went like to like Irma and like met you, Janaea, and like Emily and Jill, I feel like my life would just be completely different. So like even though like it was like a down bad moment where like I just wanted to like transfer home and be like I can't make friends. But like I don't regret anything because I did meet all you guys and obviously we're still a big happy friend group.
Oh, yeah.
4 years.
All the way to senior year.
4 years.
That's scary.
4 years.
Friendship goes crazy. I feel like I just met you guys yesterday.
Also feels like we've been friends for like a lifetime.
Yeah, no, it does.
And I think we're really good at like taking a break from each other also. Because like especially because I was abroad spring semester.
That was really hard for all of us, really.
So we're really good at taking a break from each other because I think that's also okay. Also a lot of what friendships in college do is that you have high highs and you have low lows, and sometimes the lows are even for anything other than you just are living life and you just forgot to text your friend. I think that's the most desirable friendship that I could ever ask for is not talking for 2 weeks and then talking again and like you never stopped. You know what I mean?
We all
All of
go
us,
home.
yes, when we go home, it's like I don't know. I just was noticing that earlier. Did you guys notice that too?
Yeah, I know.
But it's in a good way. You know what I
Not
mean?
like a good way. Yeah, because like I feel like it's just also so weird because like my life is so different dynamically, like versus like when I'm at school versus like when I'm home.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because like we all have like our us at Quinnipiac and like our friends there, and then like we have completely different life at home, like with hometown friends and like family, and like so I it's just I get what you're saying, Chloe. Like we don't talk as much, like when we are on those breaks and stuff like that. But like I know like if we text here and there, like it's just the same, and I know I don't have to worry about like oh I haven't heard from them in a while. Are they mad or like oh are we not like close friends?
We're very comfortable and we're very honest. I think that's one of the things that I personally wish that I was more honest freshman year because I definitely was not lying, but I definitely wasn't telling the truth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
No, yeah, that makes sense.
that makes sense. I wish
I
honestly,
wish that I could have just been a little bit more honest. I was such
But
a
I feel like that's also the person who you were. You just wanted other people to be happy.
I was the worst, like textbook definition of a people pleaser, and the worst thing that I could have imagined freshman year was my roommates being mad at me, like someone talking bad about me, someone doing this to me, and because of that fear, I was not telling the truth of how I felt. So that's one of that's like the one thing that I would regret. I'm such a everything happens for a reason person. So I don't regret my roommate freshman year. I don't regret the situation that I was in because yes, I learned a lot from it. And
Mhm.
although it didn't work out, I'm still so grateful to that person because I've learned so much from that whole situation. And at one point I was genuinely good friends with them. We
yeah, we
just
all were with our roommates, you know.
everyone was.
Yeah.
And just because it didn't work out and that there was drama near the end of it, you still can be appreciated for what it was, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
no, I
Yeah.
agree.
No, I agree.
I don't, that's one of the reasons why I don't regret that whole freshman year situation.
And
And
I
also, we're so young, too.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like we were, even though like it was only like 4 years ago, but like honestly, over the 4 years, like you do like start to see things
You
differently.
change a lot over
Yeah,
4 years.
and
You
I feel
change
like
so
a lot.
much, and you can't even feel yourself changing when you do.
No.
I feel like a lot of the drama and stuff was just immature things that honestly probably could have been handled better. Like even on my end, I feel like just like communicating more or whatever. Like I think that's the one thing I regret is not like communicating as much as I would like to.
Because if we were in that same situation today, it would be such a different outcome.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We've
Yeah.
learned how to
Or at
talk
least the
our
situation that
feelings out.
I wouldn't be afraid to be honest, like I used to be.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I also have a hard time of like letting go. So I feel like I just like hold on to like the good part and then like when it started getting really bad, then I was just like, ooh. And then I just didn't learn, I didn't know when to like be like enough's enough. And then I had to get to a point where it's just like, all right, like let me just dip real quick. But no, I don't regret any like the people I lived with and stuff like that, especially like my direct roommate. We had a lot of good memories and stuff because we were like really close and stuff. But
Yeah, me
like
too.
boy drama and all that jazz. And I'm sure she had other stuff going on, but
So it's always going to be the boy drama at the end of the day, especially freshman year.
They are
It,
never worth it.
I was just going to say that it's never
boys are
worth it.
not worth it. But we will talk about that in our relationship
Yeah.
episodes as well. But
We have a whole episode about that. But like in context of whether it be kicking your roommate out. Can I say that? This is for a class. Whether it be kicking your roommate out, whether it's this whole situation, whether this your roommate likes this person and you don't, whatever the case may be, if it's about a boy, it is not worth it. And I
Yeah.
would prioritize your friendship with this person. I would prioritize the friendship with your roommate way over that boy because in 2 weeks' time you're going to be over it.
And
Yep.
you're
Case
still
in
gonna have
point.
to live with your roommate.
Yeah.
Yes.
And boys come and go, but your friendships stay for a lifetime.
Amen, sister.
It's all right. It adds a little character and like thinks back on like memories and stuff and like wax stories you can remember. And we cried during them when at the time, but now we can look back and laugh at them.
Yeah. I looking back, I spent so much time worrying about the little things that I
But I
never got to enjoy the big things.
Yeah, but I feel like that's also just a freshman thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I feel like
Because everyone's so caught up in trying to fit in,
yeah,
trying to make friends.
especially if you do dorm away like we do. Like, I like never did that. Like, well, none of us did, duh, obviously freshman year. But like, everyone is just like so like worried about like fitting in. Like, you also come off that high of being a senior in high school. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I'm upperclassman, I'm a senior, I have all these friends, da da da.
Back
So
to the
you're
bottom.
yeah, so then you're on that high, and then you're just like get humbled and hit with reality, and like, oh shit, I don't know one person. And then like you find yourself like in your dorm room, sitting in your bed, like, I have no friends. What am I doing?
Oh my gosh. Well, I remember one thing that my mom told me, which is also a really good piece of advice. Please talk to your mom, because talking to your mom, at least in my case, helped so much more than talking to myself or talking to my friends over situations. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
moms put you in your place and be like, snap out of it. It's not that big of a deal.
Mom, yes, and I would rather hear that from my mom than anyone else. So definitely talk to your mom. But I remember talking to my mom about the situation that I was in freshman year and because I remember being so just I felt horrible because I felt so guilty over situations that were out of my control. And I
Yeah,
kept saying to my mom, I was like, I just wish college was over. I just wish college was over. And she's like, but don't wish it away.
yeah,
Don't wish this experience away at all. You could feel one certain way and you're allowed to cry and you're allowed to feel these things, but do not wish college away. That's also one of my big regrets freshman year was like counting down the days until I could go home.
Right.
yeah. No, I agree with that.
Because now, as seniors,
I don't want to go home.
I don't want to go home
I
at
don't
all.
want to go home.
I don't want to graduate.
It
Like,
goes by so, so, so fast. And if you're caught up in the little things, you won't ever, ever be able to enjoy it for what it is.
When it's literally half the time or 75% of the time just doesn't matter.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
it's just you overthinking.
And it's a lot of overthinking and just a lot of miscommunication. So another
Mhm.
piece of advice, if there's a little thing bothering you, talk to your roommate or whoever it may be.
Yep.
Don't let it boil up.
Yeah,
Don't.
figure that shit out. Like,
Because if you let it boil up, then it's just gonna come out in the worst way possible. If you feel one thing in the moment, say it. So it's a real, and also you could beat it to before it is boiling over. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It is a very hard thing to do. I'm not a controversial, not a controversial.
Connoisseur?
Um, no, like confrontational person.
Oh, there we
Oh.
go.
It's like, what are you trying to say?
Oh, you were saying carnivore, Janae. I was like, okay, she wants to eat fucking meat.
I
No.
don't eat Chipotle meat if that's what that meant. I love my sofritas.
Oh, you don't eat their meat?
No, I've never liked the meat before.
I like the chicken.
It's so the chicken's real good.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going off to a different direction.
Or
Okay.
cool, you really expand on your freshman roommate to your older ordeal.
Well, yeah, I met my freshman roommate through the Facebook messaging as well. I liked them a lot. We got along very, very great in the beginning. I think one of the reasons why we didn't work out in the end was because of how different we were. And again, I also had my own personal things because I just wasn't very honest with them and how I felt in the moment. And I think through that led to our demise. I do regret how it ended because I felt like we could have come to an agreement. However, I think in the end everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. And we were also so young at the time. We were 18, 19. And if we were in that same situation again, I don't think it would have been half as dramatic as it was. I don't think it would have been half as, life or death as it seemed, at least on my end, because I don't like it when people are mad at me. I've gotten a lot better at it throughout the years because I've just learned that they're going to be mad regardless and they're going to feel the way that they can feel regardless. But in the moment, I was like, no, I have to fix it. I have to make sure that they're not mad anymore. As I've grown up, have let that go. But I think if I didn't learn it at that age, I think I would have rather gone through the situation that I did at 18 rather than at 21. Because because of that, I got to the position where I was okay with letting that part of me go. And if I learned that at 21 instead of 18, who knows how many other roommates I would have lost and friends I would have lost because of that wretched part.
Well, you never know until you go through something. And then
That's true.
once you go through something, you always take like the experience for what it is, and then you learn for next time like what to look out for, what was good, what was bad, and like what to do next if that ever occurred in that situation or how to handle it. So even though it was rough or whatever, but like now we know for the next time, God forbid, or whatever, or in a different situation similar to it, like what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have one more piece of advice.
Say
What?
it again. I was saying the floor is yours.
Oh.
Sorry.
Just because we're friends does not mean you have to live with that person. I think that a lot of people, they're like, oh, like they're my friend. I like them in class. I'll like them all the time. And I feel like that's not how it works. You need to find people that have around your same schedule in your eating habits, your cleaning habits, a lot of different stuff. I don't know. You can have friends that don't live with you. And honestly, it will make your relationship stronger than being friends with someone and living with them from experience.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Sometimes you can be friends, just sometimes you can't live with your friends, which is totally fine too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like, there's nothing against people. It's just sometimes you clash in different ways.
Amen, sisters. This is just for a class. We don't have to really get into it. That's gonna be like
The hashtag.
the hashtag. This is just for a class.
This is for class.
Hashtag we don't have to get into it. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to our first episode of This is for a Class. I hope you enjoyed, or we hope that you enjoyed our special edition on freshman year roommates, hashtag and they were roommates. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys come back next week.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our little spiels of summary of what we went through. And hopefully our advice will help current freshmen, seniors going to college, or also like any year, honestly, because you could always live with different people and you can maybe apply this to how you want a different living situation, or if you're going through a current situation, how to help fix it for the future. And yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed. We want to thank Janaya for hopping on here.
Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you guys for having me.
Woohoo!
Of course. And next week, we are going to be doing the Freshman 15 episode, where we give you advice on how to survive your first year of college. And we wanted to do a separate episode on roommates because we felt like it would be a lot. So next week is kind of focusing more on school, focusing more on friendships, but not kind of necessarily leaving out of roommates, because we thought that this would be more of an important topic. And we have our special guest of Evelyn next week as well.
Yep, and make sure to listen to our podcast every Thursday. Drops on at noon. And to make sure to follow our TikTok page and our Instagram page at This Is For Class to see more updates on our further episodes later on in the next coming weeks. And yeah, hope you guys come back. Hope you enjoyed it. And have a great night.
Have the best night, day, whenever you listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.